Greetings, conquerors. I hope all is well with you. I hope everything is functioning and flowing the way that you believe it should. I hope that you are getting where you want to go or where you believe God is leading you. And as always, I am so proud of your progress. Today, I want to take a slight shift from our normal offering. Today, some time ago we did a video on toxic relationships. Today, I want to deal just for a moment or two about escaping the abusive relationships. Okay, escaping the abuse. There's a lot of conversation now. There's a lot of energy being put into and thrown into the abusive relationships that we may have, or the ones or the people we are associated or related to who are dealing with abusive relationships. The reason that we're dealing with this today is quite simple. Regardless of the successes that we have, and regardless of the money that we begin to make, and the companies that we grow, and the the ministries that we grow, and whatever it is that we happen to be doing, that part of our lives can be functioning just fine. But if we're not dealing with home, if we're not taking care of home or taking care of ourselves, then it's still unbalanced. It's still a problem, because as we all know, and we have seen recently with a lot of people, there is nothing that can tear down our house of cards, so to speak, or the empires that we are, the empires that we have erected. Nothing can tear that down quicker than the issues that we have in our personal lives. So today, just briefly, I just want to offer some encouragement. And if you're not dealing with these issues, please do me a big favor and forward this to some people that you might think can use the information. I'm not going to be long, and I'm not going to preach. I just want to encourage all of you, because quite frankly, I love you. And I not only do I want you to make it, but I want you to be all right as well. So I need to love on both the abuser and the abusee. Okay, so to the abusers, here's the thing. It's possible that you don't even know that you are abusing some people. Now, everybody who knows your personality or know what you have done or whatever, they might see clearly what you have done, or what you're thinking about doing, or what they've been told about what you're doing, and you might not even have a clue. So I just want to encourage you to, and I'm not accusing, and I'm not backing anybody into a corner, because sometimes that's the reason that certain physical or that's the reason some abuse can happen, is when people feel they're backed into a corner and they sort of react as opposed to respond. So my suggestion to you today is get some help. All right, just sit down and talk with some people, or get with somebody that you trust, or get with a therapist or a psychologist, or whatever the case is. Just go ahead and get some help. You might not think that, okay, you might not have ever hit her or hit him. You might not have ever physically harmed anybody, but verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, these things are all still real. Okay, if people feel inadequate, less than, if they feel worse after coming in contact with you, that might be cause to kind of take a look at yourself and take a moment and figure out whether or not have I actually done this, or am I wrong in this case, or has something happened? Again, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I just understand that sometimes abuse might not look like abuse to the abuser, but the person who is feeling it, they might feel it all the time, and they might have even communicated, but because you can't see it or comprehend it as abuse, it might not have even occurred to you. Also, if you are around people that know where your buttons are, and they don't mind pushing them or pushing you to the point to where you are ready to either cause some physical harm, or you're at a point to where you're okay with causing some pain of any kind, because you're reacting to what's being done, because you are around your triggers, or you're around people who don't mind sort of pushing those buttons because they know exactly where they are. Listen, my suggestion is please get away from those people. Please run from them as fast as you possibly can, because it's only a matter of time before something awful happens. It's only a matter of time before they do something or you do something, and you're either going to a prison cell or you're going to a funeral, or both. Okay, so my suggestion is please get away from the environment that will aid in whatever your behavior is that's not favorable to you, or is dangerous to you or to someone else. Okay, so to everybody who is a abuser or is a potential abuser, again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but if it's possible, if it's in the realm of possibility that you might have abused someone in any manner, I'm talking physical, emotional, I'm talking psychological. However, what are these things and how do they function? Please get some help. Take some time to talk with someone. As a matter of fact, if you just need a listening ear, on my website is my contact information, both my email address and my phone number. And if you need someone to just sort of listen to you and sort of help you walk through some stuff and help you get some help, please don't hesitate to call me. And again, if this is not you, if this is not your issue, it's fine. Please forward this to someone, because I'm tired of I'm tired of people being in so much pain, and I'm tired of people not getting the help that they need just because we won't talk about it for real. There's a lot of different opinions about abuse. There's a lot of different opinions, and people who have nothing to do or do not live where you live. People on the outside sort of looking in, talking about your situation, and they're just simply not qualified to be able to discuss what you're dealing with. I get it. I totally understand. So this is coming from a place of love, not condemnation and not judgment. If you have abused someone, or you are potentially a abuser, or maybe you don't even know, it's okay. Whatever the case is, please go get some help. Call someone. If you need somebody and you don't know how to get in touch with some people, feel free to call me. If you belong to a church and you feel safe in that environment with the leadership, particularly your pastor, please go ahead and talk to them. If there's a family member or somebody that will show you some healthy love, because sometimes some tough decisions may need to be made based on whatever it is you say or whatever it is you reveal. Go to somebody that you know you can count on. And as I've said before, my phone number and my email address is on my website. So please feel free to call me, or have somebody call me if you'd like to do that. Okay, so to those of you who are being or have been abused, I'm not there, so I can't say, I can't say, I'm not qualified to say certain things. What I can say to you is this: get away from that situation. However you can, get away from that situation. One of the most effective weapons to an abuser is the isolation. Keeping you away from people that love you, so that you can get some help. Don't isolate yourself any longer. Don't stay alone any longer. Here's the thing. I know full well you can't talk to everybody about your situation, because some people only want something to talk about, or they just want something else. They want to talk about you so they don't have to talk about them. Just as I've said before, talk to some people that you can trust to get yourself some help. Again, the same thing is offered. My email address and my phone number is on there if you need a listening ear or someone who can help you get some help. Please feel free to call me. I get it. I understand what it feels like. I understand certain aspects of these things, and so I'm telling you from a position of love, do what you have to escape these abusive situations. If somebody is constantly telling you about your faults and they're never talking about theirs, if they're constantly bringing you down, if they're constantly asking you not to be yourself, if they're constantly trying to pull you down rather than lift you up, you might be in an abusive situation, because the scars and the bruises, they don't always come on the eyes. They don't always come with bruises on your arms and on your body. Sometimes they're deep. Sometimes they're psychological. And those are the ones that hurt the worst. And they often take the longest to heal. And the longer you stay wherever you are, all right, the harder it's going to be on you. Listen, I don't want to bury nobody. I don't want to go have to visit anybody in prison. Listen, I want everybody to be all right. Now, here's the deal. I'm not telling anyone that the person you are with, if you're with someone who is abusive, I am not telling anybody that you're not supposed to be with that person, because I don't know. I'm not qualified to say it. What I am qualified to say is you were never designed to be treated in such a way where you are miserable all the time. You are not. You were never created to be in a situation where you feel less than human, where you feel less than loved, where you feel like nothing you do is right, where you feel that every move you make it just causes more stress and more strife. Now understand, in relationships, it's weird. It's already work. It's already strange, because there's two people who are often selfish, wanting what they want. Even if their intentions are good, it's still tough trying to figure out how to exist in each other's space. But it's even worse when we are never happy. We're never able to laugh together. We're never able to have a conversation without somebody flying off the handle. Or we're constantly isolated so that someone can be abused. These things should never happen. So escape those situations as fast as you can. Because here's the thing. You might be the trigger for the abuser. I know that that's an unpopular thing to say. But here's the thing. If you are a person and the only way you feel love if somebody is tapping on your head, somebody's busting you in your jaw, because that's how you see love, that's a problem for everybody involved. Because a lot of people are not going to be concerned about you being the trigger. What people will be concerned about is what he or what she did to you after you triggered them. So get away from those abusive situations as fast as you possibly can. I don't know why I was supposed to make this video today. I'm just simply being obedient to the Spirit of the Most High. Do whatever you have to get away from these relationships. Listen, you probably have been in the same one, or the series of one, or the series of these relationships for far too long. Even if it's a different person, it might be the same type of person that you find yourself with all the time. Do yourself a favor and get away from these things as fast as you can. To the abuser, I love you. To the abusee, I love you too. I'm here for both of you. I love both of you. So understand what I'm saying to both of you. Exit these relationships as fast as you can and get yourselves some help. Get yourself a counselor, get yourself a life coach, get yourself a pastor, get you somebody that will help you, because something obviously is broken. There's obviously something going on internally that's causing that's causing all of these behaviors. So just do what you can to be good to yourself and be good to one another. There's still a chance for redemption for the abuser, and there is definitely deliverance for the abusee. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for just sort of coming around, and thank you for forwarding this video to some people that you think might need the help. And here's the thing: if you know somebody who's being abused, please be that person that they can go to without the judgment, because they don't need your judgment, they need your help. They don't need your extra, they need your help. You know somebody who's an abuser, see, they don't need you up in their face, because that's probably what caused or what aids in the other stuff. What they need is your love. Even if it's tough love, love is what they need. To the abusee, they don't need you rehearsing their scenario over and over and over again. What they need is your help moving forward with their lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. I appreciate your time. I hope my rambling has aided someone, and I will see you, as always, at the finish line.